Okay, so we talked about the local electric field or the Lorentz field in the last lecture, and we also derived the expression for the local field, which is E local is equal to E plus P upon 3 epsilon naught. Okay, so now we are going to talk about the sources of polarizability. Sources of polarizability, and thereafter we will be discussing the types of polarization, right? So we know that any dielectric material, when it is kept inside the electric field, it got polarized, right? Dipole moments are induced inside the dielectric material, which results into the separation of positive and negative charges, right? So if this is negatively charged and if this is positively charged, then negative charge will induced on the lower surface and positive charge will get induced on the on the upper surface of the dielectric material. This property of the dielectric materials makes them useful for many devices in industry. For example, they can be used from condensers and switchgear equipments in power and distribution installations to rectifiers, resonators, amplifiers, transducers, converters of electrical energy to other forms of energy in the communication technology also. They can also be used as a memory devices for the storage of information in modern computers. Okay, so the displacement of electric charges results in the formation of electric dipole moments in the atoms or ions or molecules of the material, depending upon what kind of material is that. Okay, so there are three important types of polarization. First one is electronic polarization. Electronic polarization. Then second one is ionic polarization. And third one is orientational polarization. Orientational polarization. Okay, so first one is electronic polarization. Electronic polarization means when the external field is being applied, and let's say this is any atom which consists of the positive nucleus and the electrons revolving around it. Okay, so if this electric field is capable of separating the negative charge from its cells, and then separating the positive nucleus from the negative charge, then we can say that electronic polarization has been taken place inside the atoms or inside the material. So it will separate, it will dislocate the negative charge from its original position, and hence creating a distance of separation between the positive nucleus and the negative charge. Okay, so this is the kind of polarization which is known as the electronic polarization. So here the applied field is 0, but here E naught has been applied to the material. So this type of polarization, this is known as the electronic polarization. Second type is ionic polarization. So if a material contains molecules or ions, then the applied field tend to displace the positive and negative ions in opposite direction, causing a change in the length of the ionic bond. Okay, if any material contains, let's say, positive and negative ions, right? And if the applied external field is able to separate or create a distance between the positive and negative ions, in such a way so that the length of the bond will change, so that the length of the ionic bonds will change. So this effect in fact causes a net dipole moment in the unit cell against its previous value, which is 0. Okay, पहले यहाँ पे इसकी value 0 थी, but now it will be, because the bond length is changing, so due to that the net dipole moment will be induced. Okay, so this kind of polarization, because this is due to the relative displacement of the ions, this is called ionic or atomic polarization. This is called ionic polarization, you can say. This is called ionic polarization. Okay, third one is orientational polarization. So we know that if a molecule has permanent dipoles, let us say if the material is polar in nature, that means it has permanent dipoles inside the material. So what does that mean? All the dipoles, they are randomly oriented in absence of the electric field, right? So all the dipoles, they are randomly oriented such that the net dipole moment of all these dipoles is equal to 0. So the net dipole moment is 0 in absence of any electric field. However, when you apply the electric field, these dipoles, they try to tend in a direction, in the direction of the applied field, right? So they will try to tend in a direction which is the direction of the applied field, and hence therefore the dipole moment will be induced inside the material. So this kind of polarization is called orientational polarization. This is called orientational polarization. The total polarizability, which is denoted by alpha, is the sum of all these three kinds of polarizations, contribution due to these three kinds of polarization. So alpha is equal to alpha E, which is the electronic polarizability, plus alpha I, which is the ionic polarizability, and alpha D, which is the orientational polarizability. Okay, where alpha E, alpha I, alpha D, I told you this is electronic, ionic, and dipolar or orientational polarizability respectively. The total polarizability alpha is defined as dipole moment P to the local field E local, right? So this is the E local, you know what is this? This is the net effective field which is responsible for the polarization of the material, and P is the dipole moment of the material, and alpha is the polarizability. So these are three types of polarizability. Now we are going to derive very important relation of this chapter, very important article of this chapter, which is Clausius-Mosotty relation. Clausius-Mosotty relation. So this is a relation between the dielectric constant and polarizability of the dielectric material, right? This is very important relation which actually defines the relation between the dielectric constant and polarizability alpha of the material, right? So we will start with, we know that dipole moment P is equal to अल्फा ई लोकल, ई लोकल को मैं EL से डिनोट कर रही हूँ. ओके, so this is, you can see from here, P is equal to alpha into EL, where alpha is the atomic polarizability, you know that, right? If there are n number of atoms, n denotes the number of atoms per unit volume. If n denotes the number of atoms per unit volume, then total polarization of the material or polarization vector of the material is equal to how much? N into P, where P is the dipole moment for one dipole. Okay, तो अगर material के अंदर n dipoles हैं तो n number of atoms हैं, then total polarizability or total polarization of the material will be N into P, which is equal to N into, now the value of P is, you can see from this equation number 1, this is alpha EL, right? We also know that EL, where L denotes local, from here we can see that E local is equal to E plus P upon 3 epsilon naught. So this is E plus P upon 3 epsilon naught. So we can substitute this value of E local here. So this will give you P is equal to N alpha into value of E local is E plus P upon 3 epsilon naught, right? We also know that while deriving the relation for susceptibility, if you have noticed this one, so polarization vector P is also equal to epsilon naught into epsilon R minus 1 into E. Okay, so we are substituting this value of P from here to this expression, so that, because we know that P is equal to epsilon naught into K minus 1 into E. So putting this value here, this is epsilon naught K minus 1 into E is equal to N alpha into E plus, again putting this value of P. So this is epsilon naught K minus 1 into E divided by 3 epsilon naught, right? So we can solve this further, so that epsilon naught K minus 1 into E is equal to, we can just solve this, multiply this by 3 epsilon and then open this, so that this would become 3 epsilon naught E plus epsilon naught E K minus epsilon naught E divided by 3 epsilon naught, which is further equal to 2 epsilon naught E plus epsilon naught E K by 3 epsilon naught. So epsilon naught you can take common in the numerator, so that this would become, E can also be taken outside, so this will become E into one more thing, N alpha was also there na? Outside the bracket, N alpha was also there. So this is N alpha multiplied by this. This is also N alpha multiplied by this. So this one is epsilon naught K minus 1 into E is equal to N alpha, and then you can just cancel this epsilon naught, just cancel out this epsilon naught, and you can take E outside, so that this will become K plus 2 divided by 3 into E. Okay, so now you can see E is common both sides, so this E can be cancelled out by this E, so that N alpha, this N alpha upon 3 is also there, so 3, and this epsilon naught, it could be taken on other side, so this is equal to K minus 1 divided by K plus 2. okay? Or you can say alpha is equal to 3 epsilon naught upon n into k minus 1 upon k plus 2, right? So this is the relationship between the dielectric constant and polarizability of the material, right? And this equation is known as the Clausius-Massotti relation. This is known as the Clausius-Massotti relation, right? And it correlates the dielectric constant of the material with the polarizability. कई बार आपको एग्जाम में क्वेश्चन आता है कि रिफ्रैक्टिव इंडेक्स और पोलराइजेबिलिटी के बीच में रिलेशन डिराइव करिए, ओके? सो एंड दैट रिलेशन इज नोन एज द लॉरेंज रिलेशन. So you must be knowing that what is the relationship between the refractive index and dielectric constant. The relation between the refractive index of the medium, refractive index n and k are related as n is equal to under root of k. Refractive index under root of k के बराबर होता है. So if you are asked to find out the relation between refractive index and polarizability, then it should be alpha is equal to 3 epsilon naught upon n, and you can just instead of k you can just write it as n square minus 1 divided by n square plus 2. ठीक है? So this relation is known as the Lorentz relation. This is known as the Lorentz relation. ठीक है? इसको एक और फॉर्मेट में भी पूछा जा सकता है आपको. So you may be asked this equation in form of the Avogadro number. So अगर Avogadro number की फॉर्म में पूछा जाए, then you have to start from here. This one, n alpha upon 3 epsilon naught. N alpha upon 3 epsilon naught is equal to k minus 1 upon k plus 2. अब मैं क्या करूँगी, इसको वॉल्यूम से मल्टीप्लाई करना है दोनों तरफ, ठीक है? सो वॉल्यूम का मतलब क्या है, बिकॉज वी नो दैट डेंसिटी इज इक्वल टू मास और एटॉमिक वेट अपॉन वॉल्यूम. तो वॉल्यूम क्या होता है, वॉल्यूम इज इक्वल टू ma बाई रो. सो यू कैन जस्ट मल्टीप्लाई दिस इक्वेशन बाय दिस वॉल्यूम विच इज ma बाई रो, और यहाँ पे भी मैंने इसको मल्टीप्लाई कर दिया ma बाई रो से, ठीक है? नाउ व्हाट इज दिस n ma by rho? This is Avogadro number. This is Na, Avogadro number. Avogadro number. Okay. So you can replace this by Avogadro number such that this would become Na, Avogadro number. Alpha will be there, divided by 3 epsilon naught is also there, which is equal to k minus 1 upon k plus 2 into ma by rho. ठीक है? So this is the relation in terms of Avogadro number. This is Clausius-Massotti relation in terms of Avogadro's number. Right? Any doubt here, students? Yes, no. Students, any doubt? और किसी को कोई डाउट हो?